Hello and welcome to Flory Models Kit Review time. Today we've got Great Wall Hobbies, brand new, 1/72. This is the SU-35S Flanker E. As we can see, beautiful box art on the front. Really nice. I think this is the first time we've actually seen an SU-35 in 1/72 scale. And knowing what Great Wall Hobbies is like, we should be in for a little bit of a treat. As you can see, we've got the markings down in here as well. Nice decal sheet, looks like it. Okay, kit number for this one is L7207. And we got the other one in obviously the eggplant colour down in there. So in the box, which I have to say is pretty hefty, we've got... We have, straight off the bat, as I say, first time I've actually looked in here, we've got a correction sheet, which is fair enough, as long as we know and we can fix the problem. So yes, we've got a correction sheet there. We'll see how that stacks up to the other one. As you can see, the box is absolutely loaded. Don't forget, this is only 72nd scale, but we have in here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 packs of sprues. There's more sprues than that in there, but there's 11 in there. It looks like a little bit of photo etch as well. That's gorgeous. Okay, and we've got this bit in here. So let's start in here and we'll see what we've got. It looks like this could be a catalogue, so quite nice. Got a little brochure with everything else that they do, as you can see. Down in there, just like that. All right, that's quite nice. Okay, so into this bit in here, it looks like we are a little bit... Oh, I see what they've done. Technically, this would be your sort of cover, but they've left it as a separate, so I suppose you could have this bit out to have a look here. Okay, so, okay, fair enough. And then, so, if we have a look in the instructions to start with, let's pop those out of the way. Okay, so, as you can see down in here, there's a little bit, it's quite thick paper on this one. Okay, as we can start, seat. So obviously this is a single seat version, so going through the motions of putting those together. So we've actually got the backs and the head. Again, really nice detail for actually a 72nd scale kit, just like this, as you can see. And then obviously going in with the cockpit, it looks a little bit chunky and that, but I think again, I'm thinking this is a 48 scale and it's not a 72nd scale. We've got the two big displays on there as well. Obviously as famous for the 35 is, okay, and the cockpit details down in there, so that's quite nice. This is like a catalogue, it's really thick paper. Anyway, down into the front end, so we've got the nose wheel well system being put in there and the main gear wells being fitted down into those. Opening up the holes as obviously we'd expect, and the usual thing with all the Flanker family, putting the two halves together with your cockpit inside. Beautiful detail as well for the actual radar on the front, so we do get a fully detailed radar, and it looks like we get a little bit of photo etch as well on that one, or is it a decal? One or the other is going to go onto the front on there. And then obviously it's talking about here for the actual refueling probe, that's what that's talking about in there for the coloration of it. And then again, it looks like we've got a nice deep intake system down into that one as well, that's leading up to the first stage compressor blades. Okay, so then you've actually got the engine nacelles, if you like, that's going underneath. Okay, so those are all being fitted in with the doors, various things you might imagine, open up the holes if you're going to be having the rails underneath the intakes put on. Fitting those down in, which is fair enough. Then we got some bits and pieces going around in here for around the gear bays on those ones, and then obviously the gear itself, which again looks very nicely detailed, all of that. Then we're coming along showing fitting in the gear. Leading edge flaps being fitted onto that one, so sort of the slats going on the front, and then obviously we've got the details for the main nose wheel gear door, and then obviously all of those being fitted down into here and the rear, so depending if you have an open and closed with the door. So you could have one door and then just have it closed up, you're thinking in flight, or the multiple doors obviously if you're going to be on the ground. All right, so that's fair enough. Okay, tail system being fitted onto that one. Canopy detail as well, which actually looks very nice. A little bit of photo etch down in here, I think, for the flare buckets on the back. Okay, canopy open or closed, and then the tail planes being fitted, and then we got the exhaust nozzles, which are positionable, it looks like, so you can position those how you want them to be with a little bit of droop in them, perhaps for the powered down position, which is very nice to see. Okay, closed nozzles or open as well, so you've got different ways of doing this, so you could have them positioned and open or closed nozzles, which is very nice. Okay, a couple of aerials being fitted down into there, and it talks about the degrees of how they should be. So towing in 8 degrees inwards with a 12.7 degree down for the power down position. Obviously all the pylons and stores and the various countermeasure systems being fitted onto there just like that. And then we're into the weapons. So weapons, so we've got the R27s, the R77s, R73s being fitted down into those for your sort of medium and short range missiles. The decal placement in for these, which is obviously quite something we'll look at the moment with that correction sheet. And then obviously you've got your stencil data points, as well as obviously a very nice sort of riveting chart as well. So that's quite handy to have on there like that. And then again, you've got all the other parts, top and bottom on these, going through some really nice details in this one. Colour callouts and obviously decal placements for them just like that. Okay, so that's those. So the question is, whatever I've done with it, was that correction sheet to see exactly what the difference is. So it's number 10. Okay, I just want to, for my own mind. Okay. So part 10 is talking about up here with these being fitted into this one. Adjusting C1, opening up, A25, A6, and then this one over here. Right, okay, so it's the left and rights on this one, that's all it is. So they've got them left and rights the wrong way round. That's literally all it is. So anyway, there's your correction for that one. And then again, we've got one for the gear, doors and the various things in there as well. So to be honest with you, at least they have done it and they have seen the problem and they have fixed it. So we'll let them off of that. Okay. So again, I'm still amazed it must cost a fortune to print that. Okay. So full guides as well for the other two. So that's actually very nice, as you can see down in there. We've got that sort of eggplant one on the top there, and with the blue, which looks very cool indeed. Okay, just down in here, in our little bag, we have the decals, and we've got a very nice bit of photo etch. So the photo etch itself, as you can see, is actually, for the flare buckets, isn't too bad at all. And if I can get this out of the way without doing it, we've got the marking on there as well. That's actually quite nice. And then decals, not too sure about the coloration. It looks a little bit pink, but as I say, camera will show that differently on everyone's monitors, quite frankly. But it looks like they're sort of faded back a little bit. But as you can see, that stencil data, absolutely fantastic, really. Very, very detailed for such a small kit. And again, that's that radar for the phased radar system on there. So that's that one just like that. So very, very nice indeed. Right, okay, so into the parts. Let's do the bits that everybody knows. So we'll start with the tops, I think. Get in. Seriously, how do we get in? Where's the... Somewhat sealed. So if you've never built a 72nd Flanker before, that's what you're dealing with. It's huge, very, very large kit. Again, you can see great detail all the way through. Very, very shiny, but it is a huge aircraft. That's like the same scale really as a 48 scale F-16, to give you an idea. Okay, so running around obviously with the surface detail, looks pretty darn good. It's very shiny, very, very shiny, but as you can see, lovely level of detail on all of this, very smooth, very polished, and actually extremely sharp. So that's very, very crisp details with all of these on there like that. We've got some of the other bits and pieces on here as well. So we've got the doors, and again, nice detail in the inside. As you can see, we've got no ejector pins in the inside, so that's very, very nice indeed. Okay, and these ones over on here looking very nice. So we have, looks like, I can't work out, no, that's not even an ejector pin, that should be there. Very nice. And these parts down here on the back, really good, crisp. I think that's the way I would describe it. It's very sharp, very crisp detailing on that, so that's nice indeed. And we can have a look on the underside. Okay, so again, just out of interest, how we got the strengthening parts in here. So the parts are very thin, but they've actually put these strengthening ones in there to sort of aid with that as well. But you can probably see straight off the bat the level of detail, incredibly nice. All this riveting detail on the tails, and then there you go, you can see it on the wings, down on the spine area there, on the belly, That's really nice on the tail planes. Again, very nice indeed. Good sharp level of detail, I have to say. To be honest, it makes the trumpeter versions look a little bit woeful, shall we say. Again, beautiful detail just down in here on the front slats. Very, very nice indeed. Yeah, happy with that. That's gorgeous. Okay, so let's just run through all of these in turn. Come on. Not making it easy to get into. Okay, so finally in. Here we go. Really very, very nice indeed. Again, because it's a shiny, I think it sort of detracts a little bit the detail, because the detail is incredibly sharp. Okay, but again, nice and shiny makes it easier to come out of the mould. Again, you do get ejector pins on the blind sides, but they're all tucked away out of any areas you're going to do. But the detail just down here in the main gear whale wells, very, very nice indeed. Okay, so up in here we got lots of the smaller parts for the tub and all the bits down in here on sprue M. And as you can see, lots of detail parts going on down in here. Looking good. Cockpit detail looks very nice. Actually, very good detail. Again, you forget how nice, to be honest, Great Wall Hobby stuff is. Very sharp, very nice indeed. Okay, we don't have any weight on wheels that I can see. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you do. Okay, very good. Okay, what have we got here? This is one of the nozzles. We're assuming there's another one in here somewhere. For the open and the closed positions. So this gives you an idea of the level of detail. So we've got the compressor blades down in there, but you've got the nozzle parts open and closed. We've got the flame holder for the afterburner ring. Again, this one piece tube section. Hopefully you can see down in there. Very, very nice indeed. Again, beautiful. And again, no ejector pins anywhere that's going to get in the way or anything else like that. So we've got a match pair there with two of those, so we don't need to look at too many of those. Okay, we've got this one down in here, which has then got a big, huge sprue, wide sprue, but I suppose it holds all the parts in. So down in here, you can see the complications of moulding something like this. But again, it's paid off, because look at the detail on that. Lots of very, very nice detail right the way around. And again, this is one of those areas where absolutely uber sharpness to it. Really very, very crisp, and you can get an idea down in there of the work that's gone in to just get this in and out of the mould with all this sprue area. As you can see, lots of stuff going in there, but that is very, very nice indeed. Very sharp. Okay, so we've got the other nozzles down in here. I don't think we need to get these out. These are going to be the same, but these are the open version. So you've got the open and closed type nozzles, and then obviously the leading edge areas and the rears. So that's those. We've also got multiple packs of weapons. So you've got your R27s. These are the radar, and then you've got the blunt nose ones, which are the infrared version of the R27s. And then we've got the 73s and things like that, the smaller little ones down in here. So again, nice little one-piece ones. And again, nice detail with all of those. Got another twin pack here with all the pylons, as you imagine, left and right. So it's just a mirror of each other. They're down in there like that. And then we've got these here, which is obviously the ECM jamming pods for the wingtips and those. And then down in there, we've got the parts for the radar. And we've got the parts for the seats, with the moulded in details and things like that. So again, that's very, very nice indeed. Okay, we've also got, I've just found in here, amazingly, all of that for those tiny little lines. So obviously they forgot to put them off. Again, care of detail. Technically, okay, they're wrong, but actually at least they've tried to fix it. Okay, so all important clear parts, and they are quite important when you're dealing in the smaller scales, because you get it right, absolutely makes the model. Get it wrong, and yeah, it just doesn't work. And I have to say, that actually looks very, very nice indeed. Good, sharp. You can probably see there's a little bit of distortion down in here, but not tons of it considering the scale. Very, very small scale. But again, That's actually quite nice indeed. Do like that. And then obviously down in here we've got some of the missile heads as well for the infrared guided missiles. And there you have it. I have to say, that's an absolute beautiful kit. As I say, I've built it. I've got it over there. We did it as a one-day build, and that was the little trumpeter 72nd SU-27, and that was actually a beautiful little kit. We know Zvezda do some very nice ones as well, but actually I think that's going to take the crown. It is fully detailed, and it's nice to think that we've got things like multiple choices on the tail with the exhaust, so we can have them either open, closed, and then powered down, or any position you want in between, so that's very nice. We do get a radar as well, which is something we don't often see on 72nd scale kits, but again, the level of detail right the way through. Forget the surface detail, because that's just immense, that's fantastic. But the detail in the wheel wells, and obviously with the weaponry and the cockpit and all the other areas, are absolutely beautiful. But yeah, that surface detail, that is absolutely amazing. Very nice, very, very sharp as well. So it's obviously going to take washes well. And with your weathering and stuff like that, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. But again, it's a complex shape to get out in one just like that, with all of that detail running around the sides of it, right up to the edges and things. So well done to Great Wall Hobbies for that one. So there we go. That is the stunning Great Wall Hobbies 1/72 scale SU-35 Flanker E.